The future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with the rise of Skywalker and the new Star Wars trilogy by Disney, but also a handful of live-action TV series by Disney and Lucasfilm for Disney+. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that now that it's out in theaters, a lot of fans have been able to express their opinions about the movie. It really seems to be half and half. I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of people out there that love the movie. There's also a lot of people out there that really hate this movie. So, I've actually gone over my spoilers review and my honest reaction about everything related to the rise of Skywalker. If you guys ever want to go ahead and check that out. We put that up a couple of days ago on the 19th and the 20th. Go ahead and check it out. But with that being said, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are trying to reshape the future of the franchise into something completely new, and they're actually trying to create a new mythology of Star Wars. They're really trying to develop Star Wars and bring it into a different direction. And a lot of this all has to do with Disney Plus and their new Star Wars films throughout the 2020s. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm have a big plan in place where it's explained that currently Disney and Lucasfilm are developing over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects for the future of the franchise. This has to do with a combination of films and live-action TV series that they are going to produce throughout the 2020s to bring fans a unique way and a new experience moving forward. As far as Disney Plus goes, they are looking into developing as many live-action TV series as they can in order to expand off of many characters of the Star Wars franchise. It's said that Disney and Lucasfilm are currently in the early talks of developing a Mace Windu-centered TV series that would either take place in his early days as a Jedi or creating a story after Revenge of the Sith and producing a show that would explain his survival by the hands of Emperor Palpatine on Coruscant. There have been discussions between Lucasfilm and Samuel Jackson to reprise his role as the popular Jedi that George Lucas created back in 1999, and the character that came to a close in 2005 and was even explored in Star Wars The Clone Wars animated TV series. On top of this, it's said that though this is in early development, they are looking to release the TV series sometime in 2023 on Disney Plus, and would be a TV series that would release after the Cassian Andor and another unannounced TV series for Disney Plus. Now, it's said that Lucasfilm has ideas of over 10 years worth of live-action TV shows that they are exploring and are in early talks about to create a brand new library of Star Wars material for the fans. Additionally, it's explained that Kathleen Kennedy and Samuel Jackson have had discussions about his return in the past. However, it never really moved forward, and ever since the success with the Mandalorian, Disney now sees a successful market for the Star Wars franchise by developing Star Wars TV shows surrounding popular characters like Kenobi, or modeling newer characters based on existing lore that fans are very familiar with. Now, this is a way, of course, by Disney in order to create a new Star Wars universe and to bring fans into a different era of Star Wars, not just for TV shows, but also for their movies, and that their TV shows will also connect to future films as well in some way, shape, or form. Now, the Mace Windu TV series by Lucasfilm that is in early development is planned to start as a 6-episode TV series, currently in a similar way to the Kenobi series. However, that may develop differently over time depending on the success of other TV shows and how they perform on Disney Plus. It's also explained that this is Disney's way of expanding off of the prequel trilogy era, and that they are looking to explore TV shows that would take place right after Order 66, and that this would be one of them to explore, to give fans a different era of Star Wars that have never been explored in a live-action project. Now, this is their plan in order to be made in the 2020s, as they are developing a roadmap of TV shows to come that will be announced at Star Wars Celebration in August of 2020, which will be just a month in order to basically give the fans all that they need to know about in order for the future of the franchise, the roadmap of everything related to the franchise during that month of course, 2020. So August is going to be a big month for Disney and Lucasfilm because we're going to actually learn about exactly everything about the Star Wars franchise and where things are really going. To be honest with you guys, I think that this is a great direction by Disney, the fact that they are trying to really expand off of some of the popular characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Mace Windu, Yoda, you name it. Now, you guys may very well be aware that originally Disney and Lucasfilm had over 10 years worth of Star Wars films, and all of those were canceled because of what happened with Solo: A Star Wars Story's box office results. Now, it's actually said that a lot of those plans of those movies are being transferred into becoming TV series, which fully explains as to why the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie was now converted to an actual TV series on Disney Plus, due for release in 2021. So, like I say, it's always nice to know that Ewan McGregor is coming back. In fact, he's going to be training for the role in early 2020 because they're going to begin filming in July, which, by the way, really isn't all that long from now if you really think about it. You know, you got January, February, March, April, May, June. You got 6 months for Ewan McGregor to train and to really get back in shape and to really just bring himself back into the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So 6 months is more than enough time for him to prepare for the role before they begin filming in July. Now, with that being said, I like the direction that they're going in with the Star Wars TV shows so far. I don't know if you guys have watched The Mandalorian, but I do suggest that you guys go ahead and watch it. It's a very enjoyable TV series. A lot of fans are very satisfied with it. Sure, you know, some episodes were meh, but other episodes were outstanding and went beyond my expectations. And I'm not really overhyping that in any way. I think that episodes 7 and 6 were by far the best episodes, at least for me as a fan, looking at what they have done and what they have crafted with the Star Wars universe and how they're already developing a Mandalorian Season 2 that's actually said to release sometime next year in 2020. That's also another thing to look forward to, is that The Mandalorian Season 2 is slated for release holiday of 2020. So we're going to be getting more Mandalorian, we're going to be getting the Kenobi TV series, and then Cassian Andor, and another one as well, followed up by what is in the early talks is, of course, a Mace Windu TV series. Now, this is the one thing that I think a lot of fans are going to have either an issue with or are going to support, is that they are looking at stories that would take place after Order 66, one of them being, of course, a Mace Windu-centered TV show exploring his survival after the hands of Darth Sidious, basically using Force lightning on him and tossing him out of that skyscraper on Coruscant. Now, obviously, George Lucas told us, the fans, he told Samuel Jackson that, sure, Mace Windu could very well be alive, absolutely. You know, anybody can really survive a fall like that. That's what George Lucas told Samuel Jackson. That's what Samuel Jackson told the fans over at Star Wars Celebration a couple of years ago. And Samuel Jackson even begged Kathleen Kennedy on that little live cast, you know, to have her make it happen for Mace Windu to return. Now, spoilers for The Rise of Skywalker. If you guys don't want to get spoiled, it's a minor spoiler, kind of. I won't go into anything else, but there is a moment in the film in which you do hear the Force Ghost voice of Mace Windu toward the very end of the movie. So, they did in fact get Samuel Jackson back for that role, and the fact that they got him back for that role also shows us that they are interested in bringing him back as the favorite Jedi that we all know and love from the prequel trilogy era, and of course in the Clone Wars animated TV show. The last thing I just want to tap into here real quick is that exploring, you know, Mace Windu's life after Order 66, I think would be a great way to also give us a little glimpse into the Jedi killings and the slaughters, you know, by the Empire, Darth Vader, Palpatine, you name it, and to give us a different view. This would serve as a direct sequel, if you will, to Episode 3. Now, it all depends on which direction they want to go. If they want to explore the origins of Mace Windu, that's a different story, because then they're going to absolutely have to de-age Samuel Jackson, without a doubt. They're going to have to make him appear far younger in design. But if they decide to go through with the plans of post-Order 66, they could give him a injured look or an older design, you know, after his battle against Darth Sidious, you name it. So, like I say, guys, I mean, I'm still very much hopeful about Star Wars. I honestly thought that The Rise of Skywalker was a decent Star Wars movie. Sure, it had scenes that I hated and scenes that I absolutely loved and adored. It just shows us that Disney has the potential to bring Star Wars back on track. So, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.